Yeah, there's that to the side. You'd be stepping over it. Hello and welcome to Stanningley, where we have the first of our two encounters tonight. This first one is England Community Lions Under-16's East Side taking on the might of the New South Wales Country Rugby League. My name's Dave Parkinson, delighted to be joined alongside making his commentary debut. Introduce yourself for the viewers, mate.
Yeah, I'm George Turner, part of the development team at the RFL. Looking forward to a great game today. The teams look ready for it, so just waiting for them to emerge now.
Now, it has been one of these nights which has been delayed due to various traffic issues. How do you think that will play out with regards to, I suppose, the mentality of both teams?
Witnessing this setup towards today, I think it's been a very professional build-up, so I think that'll be reduced massively if it was any other game, but the England and the Australian setup seems very professional.
Let's have a quick whiz through the side, shall we, before we will have the national anthems just as the coaching staff begin to make their way onto the field. So for the England Community Lions, it's Wes Bruins at fullback, Alex Pollard wearing 21 on one wing, Tyler Fisher on the other wing, Max Kirkbright and Frankie Gibson are in the centres. Both of those guys been in supreme form for Yorkshire Under-17s, who won the Barla Championship just the other week. At half-back it's Kyle Cranswick and Tom Verity. In the front row it's Paul Chitiwakunya, Kian Lister and Ethan Lewis. Back row is Alex Kirk, Luke Rowe and Alex Hindle. It's a lengthy bench that features Brett McDonald, Callum McGrath, Ethan Davidson, Lewis Smith, Elliot Bell, Nathan Rushworth and Daniel Salkeld. And for me, some real interesting selections there, and a lot of those lads, like I said, they played for coming up against the Aussies.
Yeah, they certainly look like a good side. They're very big in stature as well. Some of them boys, only under-16s, are very big boys, so it should be a really tough game today.
They've been on 3 shredded wheat. You can tell with some of them, can't you?
They've had the Weetabix, yeah.
Let's look through this lineup for the Country Rugby League side. They have Bray Porter at fullback, Rowan Mansfield on one wing, Riley Lack on the other. Reef Somerville and Malachi Donovan are in the centres. Halfbacks are Thomas Weaver and Jackson Gersbach, with Oscar Bryant, Jack Cullen and Keegan Kenny making up the front row. Mitchell Prest, Finlay Nielsen and Kyle Mahoney in the back row. It's a bench of Noah Johansson, Mark Simon, Matthew Noakes, Keegan Pace, Bailey Cox and Jock Brazel. And the interesting thing about these guys is that they're from all across New South Wales, aren't they?
Yes, they certainly are. So there's a large geographical area there that they can come from. So they certainly have gone out and found the best from that area.
I'll try and mention some of the sides as well as we're going on. I always like to give amateur sides the due diligence as well, because that's where all these boys started, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, especially today, played at a good amateur setup here at Stanningley. it's certainly good to give the amateur sides and the community sides a mention.
It's nice to be here at Stanningley, by the way. Resplendent in floodlights, and quite a good crowd has gathered.
Yes, it certainly has. There's certainly a build-up as the teams come out now.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you welcome our two teams to the field? The England Community Lions Under-16's and the New South Wales Country Rugby League Under-16's.
I know it's a cliche, but these are really nervous times, aren't they? These first few seconds, they've got all the national anthems to deal with as well.
Yeah, and as you mentioned before, the traffic issues and the delay in kick-off certainly could play on some of these young minds. Certainly the Under-16's, it's something to learn from and take forward as they progress on in their playing career.
What are you looking forward to from this game?
The physicality. It's certainly cold outside and the teams are big, so looking forward to them getting stuck into each other in the middle and trucking a few straight balls up the middle.
So we will pause and take in the national anthems of both sides, and then we'll get down to business. National anthems. I tell you what, I'm psyched.
Certainly are. It's certainly a good setup. With the national anthems really sets the scene as the teams gather now for a final word before kick-off.
What gets said in these little moments? Is it all about the start and like the first sort of 2 or 3 sets? Yeah?
It certainly is about the start. They're not looking at the end of the game now. They're just looking to set the tone now as they give the 1, 2, 3 lines there, set the tone, put in some hard runs, some big shots, and set the platform really for the play. Certainly after the first 20 minutes.
I've got to say, it's always great to see the wall of white back in action, isn't it?
Certainly is. Under these floodlights, it really is nice and clean, and it looks very good.
We hope you're going to enjoy this fixture as much as we are here in our league tonight. We're just a few seconds away from the start of the game. The Country Rugby League boys going through their final warm-ups. They're going to just say a few words to each other. Showing good togetherness.
I tell you what, both of these teams look really up for this.
So as I mentioned in the build-up, this is one of 2 lineups that England Community Lions Under-16s are going to be fielding over the next fortnight. These lads, the majority of them played for a really successful Yorkshire side. The West side will take part over at Pilkington Rex, but that's another day. We're here for this evening and we're underway, so it's
certainly a good kick-off there. It's found the ground, and the England Lions look up for this.
Fierce.
Big buzz in there, yeah.
Really fierce challenge. So, but what did he pick up from dummy half? And Country already down the ground, making 10 metres in centre field. Chisikunya was involved in that stop. Now they're keeping it simple through the middle. This is just what we expected, I suppose, of the Australians. That was Nielsen getting his first touch. He plays it. Ball out to the right-hand side. Big surge coming in from Gersbach. Gersbach to halfway.
Yeah, and like we said, just off that first set as the kick comes out from dummy half, as it stands up just on the try line, that is a good kick. The skill level and both the intensity in defence is there, as we expected.
Fair play to Wes Bruins. He put the step on, but just got caught, and there was real intensity, wasn't there, from Country Rugby League?
Yeah, for me there, it's a really good kick. It stood up just before the try line, just got to ground.
So it's going to be a dropout from underneath the posts. Just got started in this one, 0-0 as we stand. But a real early chance here for Country Rugby League. Looking to put all the pressure on, and notice Bailey Cox is out here on this left-hand side. It bounces and it bobbles and it's picked up. And Country go right on the attack, down that right-hand side. They drop the ball. Great pressure in the tackle. England have it.
That's what the England Lions coaching staff will have been looking for there. Forced a mistake, and they certainly have. The first tackle, again, the kick's found the ground, and the shot's gone flying in, and they've managed to dislodge the ball and get the ball straight back. Straight
down the middle of the ground they come again. Excellent running. Already throwing themselves into every single tackle. Ball moves to this right-hand side. Chitakunya juggles with it, takes it forward. Tell you what, he did well just to hang on there, didn't he?
He certainly did, yeah. This Australian defence is certainly coming up nice and fast. They're working really hard in defence to try and put these England community boys under pressure.
Nice early kick as well, and it's run right back by Rowan Mansfield. Big collision in the middle of the field. Ball shipped out to the right. Little stepping run forward comes in from Jackson Gersbach again. His second or third carry so far. Ball off to the right-hand side again. These are all simple carries, but it's about setting the platform, isn't it, in these early stages?
Yeah, like we mentioned in the huddle just before the kick-off, this is what they'll have been talking about, really. Set the platform, look for the small openings, but again, nothing silly, no offloads, nice and tight up the middle as a stray pass goes there.
Oh, it's kicked forward by England. They've dropped on it. A little knock on both ways of field there, unfortunately. But from a probably a Country point of view, they'll be a little bit disappointed with that, won't they? Because they had a good line-up down this left-hand side then.
Yeah, they certainly will. The defence there really, they look to play on the back of that. They set it up a couple down the middle, a little half break from the hooker, and they've looked to ship it. The first opportunity really, they've looked to spread it. The hands are probably a little bit cold, and it's just got away from them as England dropped the ball.
Yeah, that one just getting away from Max Kirkbride. I believe I was building him up in pre-match, so it's no wonder. I believe they call that the commentator's curse.
I think they do,
Terry knows all about the commentator's curse. He's been hearing him off me for the last few weeks. So chance here for Country Rugby League to make amends. They came into this position, by the way, off that good run from fullback Bray Porter. Really did back up through the middle before. Let's see what they've got in this set, and equally what the Community Lions defence has. It's a solid run from Matty Noakes. He's inside the 20, straight away it's played, and upfield goes Jackson Gersbach again, inside that 10-metre mark. They'll look to bring it down this left-hand side now. It's between the half-backs, further wide, out to the 19, Bailey Cox.
Yeah, that's what they'll be looking to do there, is really set the platform under the 50 in the middle, and then spread them out wide.
Surging through that middle again. Have they got there? They have. It's a great score as well. I think that might have been Keegan Kenny, the number 11, who really cut in here.
A really clever set there from this Australian side. They've worked them up the middle. They've spread the ball out left. It's not quite made its way to the winger, and they've just gone back towards the middle, not quite to the sticks, and they've found one of the bigger lads in the middle has just managed to find, with some good feet, a bit of a yard or two, and managed to get himself over for a try.
The opening score for the New South Wales Country, number 10, Jack Cullen.
It's been a bit of a shaky start here from the Community Lions. There's a couple of errors, but they really have started well in defence. They just need to sort of shore up these errors and look to play off the back of them, get some good field position. They've not really had any ball in the other half yet, and they could look to kick on there.
So a chance here for Thomas Weaver to add the extras out on this left-hand side. Kick comes in, it's a good one, flags are raised. 6 points to 0 in favour of New South Wales Country. Good start from them.
Yes, a really good start. They've managed to play a lot of ball down in the opposition's half. Really played simple rugby. They've not spread it too often, and then when it's not really happened for them out wide, they've managed to go back to simple rugby and, like I say, find a yard or two and get over for the 4 points.
That try coming after 6 minutes, by the way. England get us back underway. Oh, it's played it off the feet. Picked up there by the number 6, Riley Lack.
Another kick again there that's found the ground. That's a really good positive for England. If they can manage to force a couple of errors off the back of that, then they could really find some field position to put these Australian boys under some pressure.
More fierce tackling there from Ethan Lewis from Siddle. He'll play it on the 40-metre line with the New South Wales country team and striving their way downfield. 5 metres inside their own half. Picked about a half now by Oscar Bryant.
Just a simple set this. Get some good field position. Get your big boys up the middle and have a good kick off the back of it like they did before. Here it comes.
Yeah, and it's a solid kick right into the corner. Bounces once, twice, 3 times. Trickles in behind the try line where it's picked up there by the number 5, Tyler Fisher from West Hull.
Again, a really positive kick there off the back of a tough set coming out of their own half. They've managed to find a nice range on the kick and force the error.
Oh, he's got an offload away right on his own line. Referee has ruled that this will end up being a scrum with head and feet to New South Wales country.
Yeah, they're feeling a bit of pressure under there from the Community Lions. They're getting pinned down, and I think just a bit of panic set in, and he's tried to release the ball and get out as he was being pushed back, and it's come up for the Australian side. They've managed to get good ball again and see what they can do off the back of it, yeah.
So they're going to feed this scrum. It's going to be Thomas Weaver who kicked that conversion. Ball comes out the back. Little intricate play involving Reef Somerville. Somerville's 10 metres away from that line. Ball picked up out of dummy half. They'll come down this left-hand side again. Strong running there, in particular from Finlay Nielsen. He's 2 metres out from the line. That's where the ball will be played to Bryant. Bryant will skim it right. Linking with Weaver. Weaver gets it out to Lack. Lack tries to put the step on. Good defence from England on that occasion.
Certainly was. Managed to spot them 2 long balls going out and get the wider backs up.
There is problems down this right-hand side, though. It's a try, and it's another one for the New South Wales country. Simple use of numbers there in the end.
I was just about to compliment that left edge defence of the England Lions. Them 2 wide passes that went, they really managed to close down the defence. And simple rugby again from the Australians. They've just taken the tackle, nothing spectacular, and they've managed to catch them as they've been a bit lazy on that side there.
Good work down that right-hand side, and eventually simple play when it came, but I thought there was some valiant defence from England in the build-up to that.
Certainly was. There's not many negatives that we can pick off here from the England Lions. Again, like I said, just a panic on the line, trying to get rid of the ball, put themselves under pressure, but really good offence from the Australian side, New South Wales country.
Yeah, we're just seeing a little replay at our end, and really good work there for number 4 Reef Somerville to get on the outside of his man there. Thanks, Terry, for setting that up. Certainly makes our job a little bit easier. We are in a rather cramped position, aren't we? Where we're almost doing limbo, going around each other and into the corner. But yeah, at least it's warm, and
it is. Yeah, it's nice and cosy up here in this box.
So, in step New South Wales country. Can they convert? No, it's waved away. 10 points to Stanningley's how it remains.
And that's a positive there for England. They're not 2 full scores behind. They're only 10 down, which, looking at the body language coming out of that huddle, it looks like they've really not taken too many negatives from it. Look to capitalise. They really should look at the game simply from what's been played, really. They haven't had any good ball. They haven't had any good position. All that's let them down is defence, and as we've seen many times in rugby league before, you can only defend so much. You're not going to keep a full strength team out for a full game, so not many negatives. They just need to manage to force a couple of errors and get some good ball, good field position.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I can only think of 2 sets of possession they've actually had.
Yeah, and both of them have been in their half, certainly on their goal line from 2 really good kicks from this Australian side. The skill level from both teams has been really good, barring the odd stray pass or drop ball, and we'll put that down to the cold for them.
It's amazing to think that these lads, 16, some of them just hitting 17. It's a great run through the middle. Oscar Bryant finds some support. It's Bray Porter, and Bray Porter runs to the sticks.
Yeah, again, just coming off the back of some quick hands there, really, from the New South Wales countryside. They've managed to find the odd yard or 2, and the speed really has gone down, as any good fullback would do is supporting on the inside, and he's got the legs to go over under the sticks.
Just looking at Bray Porter, he represents his school, St John's, back in Dubbo, and has been playing this season for the Western Rams.
Nice, nice.
Showed plenty of pace there as well, didn't he? Backing up through the middle, just like you'd expect any good fullback to do, to be fair.
Any good fullback, loitering around where the play is, he's managed to pick them off. If we just look at this replay, he's managed to...
Well, that's a replay for our point of view, really.
It is, yeah. We've just seen here a couple of defenders on the floor, the hooker's shut out, and the fullback appears out of nowhere and just manages to have the legs and beat the England winger under the sticks.
This looks like being a straightforward conversion for Thomas Weaver. Steps up right-footed, flags are raised, 16 points to 0.
I can't see that team talk being any different from the last one, really. Keep your heads up, let's keep the energy going as they look like they are. They're jogging back, and let's try and get some good ball in. Just
after 10 minutes gone, and it's just been a simple equation of no ball. You can't get any attacking possession.
That's correct. Yeah, you can't score, and you certainly can't win games without any ball. Again, I'd be really trying to take minimal negatives from this first few sets of rugby league here. They haven't had any ball, they haven't had any field position. Let's just work on getting that, and then as they forced an error there, see what we can do up in this end of the pitch. That'll be a massive morale booster for the boys there.
Well, the kick-offs in particular, they've caused a couple of issues already, haven't they?
Yeah, so they certainly have. A lot of kicks finding the ground, which is unusual, and then the only one that hasn't found the ground has gone straight through the arms there, and they've forced a knock on, so they've got a scrum there inside the 20. First bit of positive ball for them.
So let's see if the England Community Lions under-16s can go on the attack from this position. 20 metres out from the line, the scrum is fed, it comes out right, goes through the hands of Kyle Cranswick. That's a fierce collision inside that 20. Ball to be played, Lister picks up, pops it to the left hand side.
Yeah, it's a similar setup from this England side. Get a couple of the big lads towards the middle and see what they can do when they spread the ball.
There's numbers down that left hand side, that's where the ball goes, and a little switch play brings the man back on the inside, the 10 metres away. Ball to be played.
Let's see what happens on this play here as they spread it.
Yeah, it's coming down this right hand side, stuttering run, comes out to the number 12 there, Luke Rowe. Rowe overwhelmed by two defenders there.
Managed to find his front though, and he's looking at a relatively quick play of the ball there.
He's brought down this right hand side again, that's Frankie Gibson. Good run from Gibson, but just ended up getting overwhelmed in the end. He'll play this just to the right of the post. It comes down this right hand side, little kick, cool, a little bit of invention there as well from Cranswick.
The referee's wiped it back to 1 as well, so that'll be the 0 tackle. Really positive for the England Lions boys.
Let's see if the Lions can come up with anything. There's Alex Hendel from Hewer throwing himself at that line. Blocked by the Country Rugby League. It's switched to the left hand side. Two passes. There's Chitakunya.
Again, setting the platform there under the sticks. Let's see what we've got down either side, boys.
Well, it's a really good line up to the left, but it's brought down this right hand side. It's a set-up play for a set-up play, but that's a good run, a really positive run from Luke Rowe. Gets ever so close to the line as well. Lister at dummy half. Takes it right, eventually has to take the hit himself. He just overwhelmed him there.
Yes, this Australian side really organised in defence. They're not really feeling the pressure and they're working hard to get up as the ball goes over the top there.
It's a nice kick, it's a lovely kick for Kirkbright as Kirkbright managed to get himself over. Oh, the referee's having a chat with the touch judge.
He's certainly claiming it, but the referee has a walk over to the touchline.
Oh, it's no try.
But again, I'd be trying to get the England Community Lions team really positive there. They've managed to force the error, get a repeat set, and he believes he's got over the line. But let's try and keep them down there now and get some ball back in our hands.
Lengthy kick downfield. That's a good touch finder, that, for the penalty.
Certainly relieves the pressure from being on your own line there.
Tap taken. Forward come the New South Wales Countryside. Over their own 20. Ball on that right hand side of the field, 10 metres in from touch, picked up out of dummy half and run forward by the fullback Bray Porter again. He's been keen, he's been eager, he's stretching himself forward. Almost gets to the 40. Ball on this left hand side.
Again, simple rugby. This New South Wales Countryside trying to play the ball out, just looking to get over the halfway line and maybe put another really good kick in and force the error. Here it kick again.
Oh, it looks a cracker from here. It'll bounce once,
the
twice.
Winger's chasing it with some pace with the orange scrum cap.
Huge chase from Malachi Donovan. Does well there though.
as the England fullback learns his lesson from last time and manages to find the ground
and
retain the ball.
That's Bruins, scored one of the most spectacular no tries that there ever has been in a Bala Under-16's game a few weeks ago. England doing the hard yards, bringing it from their own end. That's Nathan Rushworth in position. So he's replaced Ethan Lewis, who's gone off the field. 20 metres away from their own line, doing it really tough in this set of the Community Lions.
Yeah, a bit of a slow play of the ball. I'll be looking to speed them up and try and catch this countryside on the back foot.
There's Hindle. Made 5 hard-fought metres there. Ball moves right off Lister. Kick comes in, a relieving one, but it'll go past the halfway line. Picked up well by Porter. He sets off down his left-hand side. Oh, he's got wheels as this kid steps inside, gets past 2. He's set off for the try line. Oh, this is spectacular. It's superb from Bray Porter.
Yeah, really good feet there. A good kick again. Not quite the length that it maybe needed, but it definitely found the ground. And there was some good Community Lions teammates around there to try and defend it. But the feet on that kid there, and he's managed to find the space and get over for one.
Second try of the game for him as well. And yeah, it was actually really, really good play. So confident on the left-hand side.
Beats 1, beats 2 with his feet, steps inside of another, and just has the pace there to beat 1, 2, 3, 4 players he's beat there with his speed.
15 minutes gone. 20 points to 0 in favour of New South Wales Country.
And as we mentioned before, the delay to kick off, it's clearly not had too much of an impact on this countryside. They were late to the ground, and that's why the kick-off was maybe delayed a little bit, but it's clearly not taking its toll too much on them at this point in time.
No, they're looking confident, aren't they? They're starting to get, well, they've continued to get through the sets. They've very low error rate.
Yeah, and like we've mentioned before, they've managed to minimise the amount of defending they've had to do in their own half and even on their own line. It's been 2 sets, 3 sets that I can count.
Weaver steps up to convert. 22 points to 0.
New South Wales Country 22, England Community Lions 0.
This England side here maintaining morale as they jog back to the kick-off.
That was Weaver wearing the number 7 shirt, who kicked the goal, his 3rd goal of the evening so far. 22 points to 0. And I will say there's some really, really fine prospects in this England East side as well.
There are, and this is invaluable experience for them, getting this rep caps under their bonnet, and really good experience when it comes to being selected for clubs and other representative sides.
Weaver almost stepped himself into an opening straight from the restart, plays it. Here's Porter, they've got numbers there, next left-hand side again, they're away. This is Mansfield. Mansfield, has he got the pace? He's going to go all the way, he's Mansfield. Wow.
The England number 1 there really chasing back, and there was at one point it looked like he might be able to ankle tap or maybe the young Australian boy into touch, but he's managed to have the legs and he's done him on this left edge here.
Superb play. I mean, really, really smart play this. They spotted that England were a little bit short. If you look, Tyler Fisher, I think, had just come a little bit too far in.
Yeah, from the kick-off, this right-hand side for England were really keen, and they were really up and trying to close down this Australian defence, and they've not managed to get to the first tackle, and the Australians have seen that they're a bit short on this side, and the pace has just managed to get them another 4 points under the sticks there. He's
done a brilliant job to take it under the post, hasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly has. He's run all the way down this left-hand touchline, and there's just no one left at home for England, and he's just managed to better the angle for the kicker, which surely will be another 2 points, if I've not just cursed him there with the commentator's curse that we've mentioned before.
So Weaver converts. It's another 2 points against England.
Score is now New South Wales Country 28, England Community Lions 0.
As we edge towards 20 minutes here, I'll be looking for this bench to come on and really make an impact, see what they can do against this countryside here. A bit of fresh legs, a bit of a new mentality against, they've not been stood under them sticks a few times, and see what they can do.
Already a change made with Callum McGrath going on. He was very good in the Bala Championship, recently took place. Long restart. Oh, he's allowed to bounce. Tried to contest it. Country come away with possession.
And again, positivity there from England, really trying to contest it. There's still a long way to go in this game. And even though the scoreline is against them, they are still trying, and they are putting the effort in to try and swing the balance into their favour and try and get over for one.
Donovan playing the ball there. It's crashed through the middle up to halfway. Go New South Wales Country. Lightning fast play the ball. That's Carl Mahoney.
Mark has managed to grab him there, and there's two on, and he's managed to find him and put him on his back.
He darted away. Kicked coming now from Weaver. Oh, it's a high one. Well taken. Good take on this side.
He managed to beat the chaser there as well. A really positive.
By Fisher. They've won the penalty as well. So, England kick to touch.
Yeah, again, positive play there for England. They just need to turn this positivity into points. If they can see and play with their eyes and how this Australian side have really cramped up and stacked over to try and put pressure on England, if they can spread it out to their left and find the speedsters and find a gap, then
they could do it shaping up something out on that side, and at the moment being restricted to the middle.
Certainly are. This Australian defence working really, really hard to restrict England's yards.
Lister moving it left. It is being brought down that left-hand side now. Stepping, starting run from Bruins. Tries to find an opening, but just instead finds three tough shoulders of the country's side.
Yeah, England still trying to play, but this Australian side really working hard. Look, you see them getting over, getting up, and then shifting over left there. Really good mapping over, try and shut down that play from England.
There's McGrath, all caught on his own 30-metre line. Ball play to Liston, it's a dummy, then he puts it right. Then they try and take on the line themselves. I think that's Cranswick. All held though, struggling to get forward. Just got to keep the process going, haven't they, England here? Plug away as the kick comes in. All looks a bit rushed, and it's taken on the full there by Reef Somerville.
Yeah, a bit unorganised there at the end of that set for England. The fourth looked a bit messy with two dummies that weren't really passes, and then the last play really spreading it right, and the kick not a positive one over towards the middle, and the Australians collect it.
Look at Brazel, he was still going there. He's won a penalty for his side as well. That was just sheer belligerence, wasn't it, from him?
Yeah, I think a bit of frustration from England there. I saw the leg come up, and you can't do that, and it's a penalty all day long.
Piling pressure on themselves here, England, considering that penalty tap taken. Forward goes Johansson. Johansson within inches of the line, he's still going. Just about a metre out. Ball to be played here to Mahoney.
England could do with taking a leaf out of Australia's book here and really looking to put the effort in and limit the space that this Australian team have got.
Great work down this left-hand side, and they go ever so close again through Mansfield. Infield it comes, bounces up awkwardly, taken in there by Kyle Mooney. Mooney 10 metres from the line, picked up out a dummy half. Little dummy, little scurry from Mark Simon, 5 metres out. Mooney again, goes it alone, spins, twists. Has he got there? He's got to the line. Has he got it over? No, he's held up. Good defence on that occasion, but it was almost like King Canute.
He was certainly claiming that. You could hear the scream of a cheer as he got over the line from up in this box, but the referee says no, England have managed to restrict him and they'll take him back 10 metres.
So it's forward to the 10-metre line where we've got turnover. Ball played out on the left-hand side. Verity finds some support, but the defence again finds him. Once again under plenty of pressure. That's a good run. Great run coming in there from
managed to step
Nathan
off
Rushworth.
That right foot and find a gap in the defence, and he's managed to create a penalty. Really good play there. He's managed to find the yard, and he's looking for a quick play, and the Australians look to slow him down. And he's managed to win his side a penalty as they kick for touch here to gain some more valuable yards upfield.
Great work from the Siddleman there. Rushworth winning the penalty and a good touch finder too.
Really good kick there as well.
28 points to 0. Been going for around 25 minutes in this one. Half an hour are what we have for the halves. Can England get themselves enough downfield to put some pressure on? He switched to Verity. He finds some support. It's there from Hendel. Hendel overwhelmed in the middle of the field. Ball played just outside their own 40-metre line here for England. Little switch play. Involves a 15 McGrath, who's shown up well, to be fair, since he's gone on.
He certainly has, and I'm just looking down at the bench. Another change. I'm not quite sure who it has, but it's the error there from England. I was just about to say, they've really looked a bit more positive, and they've really come back a bit more aggressive in these last 5 or 10 minutes and look to force the errors and create some penalties for themselves.
You're right in spotting that a player's gone off. I think it's Daniel Salkeld who's gone on. He's replaced Paul Chitakunya, who's off on the bench. Looks like we could be ready for the number 2, Elliot Bell, to get on the field as well. But we'll see what eventuates from this scrum and this possession for New South Wales Country as the ball comes out amongst the back line. They've got a wide play going. Don't need wide players though. Look at this from Porter. Feeds it in field. Away goes Kenny. Kenny all the way. Straight to the line. Oh, it's turning into a nightmare.
It was great speed there shown by the second rower for this Countryside. But from an England point of view, it's really deflating. They've managed to pick themselves up, as I said, this last 5-10 minutes and create something for themselves, albeit not in a good field position, but they've managed to turn the tide a bit, and they've just let in another 4-pointer there under the sticks, which is surely going to be 6.
All came off Porter's run initially, then he found some support. And the man Keegan Kenny running to the post. So 32 points to nil with this kick to come. Weaver lines it up in front of the post, sets himself. Right-footed kicker. Makes it 5 from 6 and 34 points to nil.
By number 7, Thomas Weaver. What's the score now at New South Wales Country 34, England Community Lions 0.
But again, no walking here. The body language from England Community Lions is really positive. They're running back to the kick-off and they're by no means on the ropes and looking to make it to the end of this half. They really are looking to play positively and with the heads open and make something of this game, even though it's not gone their way in this first half.
I suppose you look at the possession stats, and England's probably had the ball 6 times in total whole half.
I think we can count it, can't we? It's not many, and like we say, the field position has not been in their favour. I think they had that one set on the Australian line, and they managed to create the error from the Australian side and get a repeat set with them going over in the corner, although it wasn't given. That's positive play. They've not managed to play off the back of that, but we'll see what they can do, and by all means they're certainly playing with their chins up and are not dropping their heads just yet.
Let's see if England can defend this. It's pretty solid attack though, this from the New South Wales Countryside.
Yeah, that's something I'd be looking to say in the changing rooms at the half time is to limit the amount of yards that this Australian side have got. They really are playing on the front foot. They're managing to find the spaces with the footwork and the skill from the hands. It's something England could look to work on, and what I would mention at half time if I was the coach.
Oh, danger here again. Here comes Weaver. Weaver feeds it out to Mansfield. Mansfield spilled it. He's human after all. Tell you what, that was a good looking shape down this left hand side again, wasn't it?
Those hands from the number 7 Weaver are really good. He's through that dummy. Even I've taken it and looked for the winger to get the ball, but he's managed to keep hold of it and go through and find the space around the remaining England man.
Yeah,
the cover's come over and managed to get him.
It has been brought back here for a foul tackle in back play.
We'll just see if we can see it here on this replay and update you at home.
Just a couple of minutes out from the break. And yeah, it was a late hit.
Certainly was late, and the arms weren't up there. I think that bit of frustration from England.
Yet again, giving this Australian side some top field position.
Really poor play there from England. Maybe just showing their age a little bit, and a bit of inexperience there.
More good running through that middle, 25 metres out from the line. Ball's going to be played here to Mahine, who runs away out of dummy half, tries to spin his way through, but there's some good defence there from Salkeld. Now here's Mitchell pressed, getting the ball through hands. Weaver keeps it moving, stepping run forward by Lack. Ball out on the right hand side, quick play. Oh, there's the Porter passing. Going ever so close again, within 5 metres of the line.
Yeah, England still playing with a lot of effort and a lot of energy here on their own line. Really getting up and closing down the yards.
Can't shut down Weaver. He gets an offload going. Are they going to go in again? The ball's scrappy. That looks like a knock on, and is.
Tell you, let off there for England. That the Weaver, number 7 for this Australian countryside. His hands and his feet are really showing him above his age. They really are really good.
He's absolute class out there, to be fair.
Certainly is. Like I mentioned before, even I took this dummy down on this halfway line just in front of us here.
34 points to nil. It could have been worse for England. The Community Lions will have the put in at this scrum. This is, of course, the Community Lions east side, comprising all of players from the Yorkshire region. 10 metres away from their own line here.
I think that's important as we edge towards the half here, that it is still in the 30s. I know it sounds a lot, but it really is a big difference there from being 34 to what could be 40.
And winning a penalty as well. So real positive play down this side from Frankie Gibson. He's shown up pretty well.
He certainly has, as they look to find touch here.
Oh, I think he was aiming for Steve McCormack. It nearly hit him down in the dugout there.
Yeah, he'd have been getting a big telling off there if he had hit him at half time.
Tap taken. Good run forward there by Fisher.
And that's what they need as well, going into half time, really playing with energy. And the scoreline could get away from you, but if they really go in with energy, then it could turn the tide. But the Australian side there, I think 5 or 6 involved in that tackle, really giving it back to them.
It was an awesome hit, that one, and all the metres that were gained on the last play, they were lost. But Salkeld stretches forward for 5 metres there.
This Australian side really not taking anything. They really are giving it back to England as England look to step it up another gear.
Oh, and he's just got disrupted there. Is that all on by our match official? No, it is. Oh, yes, he's wiped the tackle count down. Thought there was a hand in there, to be fair. So, Community Lions come forward again.
Looks like a bit of a high shot there, but the referee's waved it on.
England, can they cross halfway now? Yes, they do. Side surge forward. Beyond halfway. Now playing a little bit confidently behind the back play. And that's that man McGrath again.
Yeah, be looking to really spread the ball out here. They're making slight inroads in the middle, and the Australians are matching them, but another drop-off play there. Can we look to stretch them out wide and really stretch the ball? The winger out on this right-hand side with his hand up asking for it.
Now it's coming down this side. Looking a bit more adventurous as it comes down this right-hand side to Gibson. Gibson on the run. Gibson between players. Gets through 2. Gets through a 3rd.
He carries 3 forward there.
Look, still going.
Managing to find ground on the 10, but he's managed to be been dragged into touch there.
So even when it was particularly good play that from England, the Australians equal to it.
Certainly are. A couple of people in the crowd saying he was held there before he's gone into touch, but I agree with the referee on this one. He certainly was still moving, and the Australians have managed to keep his momentum going and shift it towards that left edge of the Australians.
Let's be honest, our man in the middle was in a far better position than anybody, wasn't he?
He certainly was. That often is the case when it's referee versus spectator. He's the one in the middle with the eyes 2 yards from the ball.
But a real positive play that from Gibson and for England. Let's see if they can build from it. Can they hold this Australian side at bay?
Big shot there as the energy comes from the defence. Really putting him on his back there. 3 of the England Lions team.
Porter, 2 tries in this game, awaits dummy half duties. He'll pitch this ball left. They'll try and barrel it through the middle as far as they can, and that's an excellent run, that.
Certainly is. Really finding the yards. And I've liked him going forward during this game. He really has found his front and put in some good yards.
More good yards made by Kenny. Keegan Kenny. 30 metres from his own line. And the referee's patience couldn't hold out much longer. It was really slow, that, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. A couple in the crowd shouting that he was holding him down, but just a bit slow there from the Lions getting off him.
So, ball to be kicked to touch.
Found good yards there, just 5 metres short of the halfway line.
And already looking organised here on this Australian side. Running with a bit of gusto there by the number 20.
Leaving one on the floor and carrying 3 forward.
What a good carry that was from Brazel. What a way to finish the half.
Certainly was. I was just mentioning about the England Lions being on the front foot, maybe going into the half, but like I said, the Australian team have really answered that question and managed to finish on their front foot as well.
It's been a real powerful effort, this, from New South Wales country. They've scored 6 tries in total, opened the scoreline through Jack Cullen. Then it was Somerville over on the right hand side. Porter chipped in with 2 tries. His second one was just pure class. Mansfield scored that breakaway try down the wing, and Kenny followed up some excellent support play.
Yeah, some good skill and some good pace shown from this Australian side. They really haven't let that slow start to the day affect them getting to the ground late. They've really picked up and started maybe in 3rd or 4th gear. They really have gone at it.
So 34 points to nil at half time. This England Community Lions side has it all to do. We'll catch up with you in the second half.
I know, yeah.
PVF. Yeah. If Louis McCarthy's car could be LMS. It could be PNF. SBW. You can join the elite band of 3 initial players. Right, yeah.
Hello and welcome back to second half coverage here on our league as the England Under-16's Community Lions East side take on the New South Wales Countryside. 34 points to nil at half time. As before, I'm joined in commentary by George. George, what do you make of it?
A good first half, really. The scoreline not really indicative of the effort and the skill shown by England, but this Australian side have managed to have the skill and the speed to make the most of the gaps and the errors that they've managed to find and create. I don't know if England were out early and that's a sign of what's been said in the changing rooms, but they certainly were out and set up a few minutes before this Australian side have emerged.
They've been so clinical, haven't they, this New South Wales Countryside? How do you stop them?
Good question. That's what they'll be looking to answer, this England Lions. You're really looking at who's dominated the first half from this Australian schoolboys side. The number 1 and the number 7, the skill level and the pace they've shown down that spine of the team has really been impressive. Really good standard, and something that our spine of England Lions could be looking to emulate. But as for this game, looking to put a stop to it, put the pressure on, and get our big boys in the pressure on them and making them question what they're doing.
I suppose all the Lions lads can say is that it's 0-0 and let's build and see what we can get out of this half.
It certainly is. You've seen the score that can build up in one half. If you're dominant, that's what the England Lions will be looking to do in this half, and make the most of the opportunities that they can create, having the ball early in this second half. Already
moving the ball a couple of times in this set, and there's Hindle, he plays it, ball
something
out on the left from Lister.
They didn't really do in the first half was move the ball from the dummy half. In this second half, try and set the platform up the middle, but they're not just playing one-out rugby there, a face ball, and there's been a couple of passes out as the centre's pushed onto his back.
Solid run there from Bruins. Ball's played by Lister. Lister gets it in field. Kick comes in to complete the first set of the second half from Tom Verity.
Yeah, turns the fullback round as the kick finds the grass, but he gets up a good bit of pace and a left foot step as he runs across the line of defence, the wall of white as we like to call it.
Look at him carrying 2 players with him as well, though.
Yeah, but England Lions there, I've had 2 on and really slowing that play the ball down, and look, we see there
I like that,
the middle boys up the middle really getting up and putting the yards in to shut the play down. They just need to be careful for the offside, as the ref will pull them for that.
Nice physical challenge there from Seikeld. That was like a little knock on there from Grumpy, not spotted.
Did.
And instead they're tearing downfield with Noah Johansson. 42 metres away from the try line, ball played.
Hooker as well, really good skill level shown in the first half. Not just the 7 and the 1, the spine, all the way up to the hooker, really good skill.
Brazel picks it up, It's been wiped down. The referee just communicating that to everybody. Nice, confident pick up from the hooker again. Now he's out on the left-hand side. Good, solid running there. I think that's Somerville underneath
but again, good defence there from the wall of white, sliding over to the right-hand side. Just giving away a penalty. It could have gone either way, that one, I think, a 50-50, but the Australian side there will look to capitalise here.
Yeah, they're not going to be complaining how they're getting that penalty.
Certainly not there. Good ball on the 20. Just going into the England red zone there. They'll look to get the 6 points from this set if the Lions can hold them out.
Oh, look at that for a run. Straight up running there from Simon. He's still going.
He's carrying 4 forward there, although he's put down 5 metres out.
He'll stand and play it here to Bryant.
Slow to his front, which is good, although he's gained quite a few yards.
Oh, chance here by the post. Has he got too much strength? He has. And it's the first try of the second half. It goes the way of Noah Johansson. And once again, Weaver at the forefront of it, creating it. And Johansson's will and want to get to the line.
Certainly is. Weaver again at the heart of the play, really creating chances as any good half-back does. And like we say, the running again from the runners, carrying 2 over the line. They can't quite get under the ball quick enough, and gone over for another 4 there.
Makes it 38 points to 0 with this kick to come. Weaver's enjoying his night at Stanningley.
He certainly is.
Is anybody going to have a word with him? Maybe get him down here?
I'll certainly try.
So this to bring up the 40-point mark for New South Wales country right at the start of this second half. I'm quite happy to say it's just 6-0 to the Australian side though.
So am I, certainly am. If England can have that mindset and the strong mentality of 6-0 as they jog back there to the kick-off as the number 16 waits as he's just come on. If they can have the mindset and the mentality of 6-0, then that is a really good positive and will stand them in good stead going forward in their playing careers.
England Community Lions 0, New South Wales country 40 points. Back on the halfway line with Lister. I'd like to see him getting involved just a little bit more in the second half, Lister, I think.
I certainly would. We was setting a high bar for the halves in this game as England are offside, too eager there from the kick-off.
Tell you what, they can go either way for you as well, can't they?
They certainly can, but I think there was a couple in the first half that could have gone against them and they were lucky to get away from, and the referees may have been spoken to by the Australian staff just to keep an eye out for it, and certainly all 12 of the runners there were offside. Straight away, Weaver finds touch. Only a gain of 5 metres there, but what they're really looking for is they're not running the ball out from their own try line. They're starting the ball in the England half, and it's a really attacking set and not a ball retention set.
It'll certainly help with carries like that at the start of it as well. He tore forward for 10 metres. Now Bryant quick on his feet, getting away from 2, flicking the ball out down the left-hand side. Oh, great footwork. Tell you what, they go close once more.
They certainly do. They're so fast and they all work together, this Australian side, as the dummy half looks to go over, but there's plenty of white shirts there to hold him up.
Keegan Pace is the man who's at dummy half now.
They're set out wide here on this right-hand side. Let's have a look for this spread.
And on the bounce, it'll find Weaver. Throws a dummy, surges on, gets rid of 1 tackler.
Yeah, he's certainly not scared to take the ball up there in the middles. He's got all the skill in the world, and he's a really fast player, but showing there he's not scared to take a whack if he does get one.
Scrappy ball that comes out to Riley Lack. He had to jump on the floor, and the England defence went hunting, and it's a bit of menace in those challenges as that one comes in. Oh, what a pick-up. Great pick-up.
The England side here really started to be aggressive, and it could slightly get out of hand as they give a penalty away. There's a bit of push and shove at the marker and a strong challenge slightly off the ball, but it's been deemed as late, and they just need to keep a lid on that. By all means, play with aggression. That's how you win rugby league games, but the referee's saying you've stepped outside the rules there, and he's having a word with the England halfback, who is, to be fair to him, trying to impose himself more in this game, as we've just mentioned he needs to do. Weaver setting the example.
So tap to be taken by Bryant.
This England defence, look up for it. Look how they come forward there.
Tell you what, so does that Australian runner.
He certainly does, and like I said, I mentioned in the first half, they've not managed to put him on his back yet. He's still standing as the ref brings it back, but they've not managed to put him down and put him on his back. and really slow him down, the number 20.
Ball sent to the left-hand side here. That's the 15 Johansson who scored that try just a few minutes ago.
England's aggression still simmering here as they look to limit the amount of ball that Australia have.
Lack, Weaver and Porter all combine along the back line, and it looks dangerous.
Yeah, not quite the setup that the schoolboys side had before, but they certainly are spread for a right shift.
Oh, I was going to say some solid defence there from England, and just as I was about to say it, he brushed his way through.
Yeah, as the depth shows on the right hand side, but they ship it left, and a dummy finds a yard or two.
Oh, is he held up? No, he's
like he's going to give it, and he certainly does.
Got a feeling that was Gersbach who scored that.
Try scorer for New South Wales country, number 11.
Well done, Kenny. England trying absolutely everything to turn the tide. They've really hyped up the aggression, something that the coach will be looking to do. They've just not managed to keep it within the rules of the game, and they've really created a problem for themselves there, and given another set away that they just can't quite hold out. But it is good, and like I say, all game they've been really positive. They've not been feeling sorry for themselves, and they've not gone hiding and really looked for anyone else to do. The middle pack have really stood up and tried to bring it to this Australian side that, to be fair, again have stepped up and matched it and managed to get over for another score.
So Weaver, he's got 6 goals to his credit so far in this game. Can he make it 7? Ground falls silent as the young halfback lines up this kick. And the flags are raised, so scoreline has moved on yet again.
Number 7,
again, the skill level from this Australian New South Wales countryside really setting up the setting the bar for the next game, the Under-16's England Community Lions, as they look to follow this Under-16's team. Really setting the bar of good skill and good rugby league here.
So back on the halfway line are the England Community Lions side. It's going to be Lister to get us underway. Short restart. They'll pile the players forward. There's another penalty there against England. They just got a little bit too keen and eager, but a real confident take there from Mitchell Prest. Yeah,
it certainly was. Just again, the maybe showing their age, his 16 side can't quite hold the nerve and keep the hands off him while he's still in the air, and the referee already had his whistle in the mouth before the player caught it.
So just waiting a few seconds just whilst they get themselves set up. New South Wales country will kick down the ground. Oh, they've not found touch either. Oh, they have.
Oh, a bit of a missed kick there. Probably the first mistake from the spine of the Australian schoolboy side. But I think they're saying 1 foot was in and 1 foot was out, and as it's touched his foot, that's deemed that England have taken it out. So it's a scrum to this schoolboy side.
I think he's really unfortunate there, Wes Bruins.
It is, yeah.
He got himself
really
in a good position, didn't he?
Yeah, really trying, and just not quite come off for him there.
So this scrum to be fed here by Riley Lack for the New South Wales countryside. Taken at the base by Bryant. He ships it out to Weaver. He keeps it moving. That's the number 11, Keegan Kenny. 2 tries for him now. Plays it 35 metres away from the line. Good run through that middle.
Simple rugby, the number 12 carrying it forward, finds his front again. And as they look to play off the back of it, they go from the right to the left of the field.
Yeah, and good set-up play down that side. That's Jock Brazel, switched out to the centre position now. 5 metres in from touch, that's where he'll play it. Porter thinks he's spotted something, almost gets away. The defence closes in, just about holds him short. Still, you get the feeling it's building here for the New South Wales countryside.
Yeah, they certainly are building there as they come towards the end of this set. What are they going to do with this kick as they all shift over to the right-hand side? Only 3 players left on that left-hand side, but they do go that way as the numbers are even.
Oh, kick over the top. Will it bounce up? It certainly does. Try there. Another one. It's scored by Rowan Mansfield.
Yeah, a bit of a juggle, but really good play there. All the... I think maybe 9 Australian players ran over to this right-hand side, and the England players have certainly matched it in numbers with the 3-on-3 left on the other side, and the Australian half-back has gone over and managed to make the most with a kick over the top. A bit of a juggle from the winger, and he's managed to dot it down in the corner. Testing kick here for Weaver.
I'll tell you what though, with the sort of game he's having, you won't bet against him, would you?
You certainly wouldn't know.
Again, it was great vision from him, wasn't it? But what I really liked at that last play of the ball, I don't know whether you spotted it as well, George, was the fact that with the width that they got on the pass, so it came from Bryant, and he was organising, he pushed the players out.
He certainly was. As I mentioned, the Australian side setting up on this right-hand side really looked like they were going to have a left to right spread, and the long ball from the hooker over to the left-hand side, and like we say, found the space, created the space. He's got more or less half the width of a pitch with just four players there, so a lot more space than usual.
So Weaver taking his time. They've reached the half century, by the way, of New South Wales country. 50 points to nil. 12 minutes of the second half gone. Weaver swoops. Has he got enough on that one? No, he hasn't. It's waved away. 50 points to nil. It remains. He is human.
He is human, yes. This 50-0 scoreline really indicative of the skill and the pace shown by this New South Wales countryside. They really have been a level above anything I've seen of this Under-16's level.
Just to tell you a little bit about the star man, Thomas Weaver, he attends Cudgeon School and plays his rugby for the Northern Rivers Titans. Blimey, one of several players. In fact, the two halfbacks are both team club mates as well.
The Titans there down in Australia must be a good amateur side then, with those two at the spine.
And here comes Lack, throws a dummy, surges through the first tackle. He's 15 out from his own line.
Yeah, they'll really look to have a fast set here, a bit of a slow play of the ball, but it's a good setup for the second play here down the middle with the forwards.
I can see what they're doing there, and you know, like any Australian side, they play a patient game. But I would have been tempted to go down the left-hand side because England didn't look set at all down there.
Yeah, I certainly understand your point, but at 50-0, there's really no need for it. Although they have, the Lions have created the error, and a knock-on has been given on the 20-metre line. There's really no need there to shift it down the left-hand side at 50-0. Play simple rugby and look to complete his sets and keep hold of the ball, which they've not managed to do on that play.
So it's come to be fed by the England Community Lions. They go on the attack. Switch play. 20 metres away from the line. Gibson to play it. Lister picks up out of dummy half. Pops it to his right hand side. Big collision there on Davidson.
Certainly was. Certainly felt that all the way up here in the commentary box. A really big collision there.
Cranswick trying to create something. Stepping run comes in now from the 15 McGrath.
As they have done all this game, the Australian side matching them with aggression and really getting in the face with some big shots as we've seen, but giving away a penalty, much like the Lions did earlier on with their aggression. It's not quite inside the rules, as the referee says, as they look to tap early, but they've been pulled back.
Yeah, it was a shame that, because Davidson had set himself for the run. Gets it on the second time of asking, tries to make an impact, rolls away from the first tackler, can't escape the clutches of 2 and 3. England though 15 metres out from the line. Twisting, running forward there from Brett McDonald.
Yeah, certainly be looking to get some points on the board there from a Lions perspective. Try and complete this set as they've got a good shape as it comes out the back to number 7 and about out the back again. Long ball to the centre and out to the winger.
Oh, he's stepping back on the inside here, is Bell. Oh, he's lost the ball on contact. He's been picked up here by the countryside. And our referee's given a penalty to England.
Yeah, third set here for the Lions in the Australian red zone. I'd certainly be looking to get points on the board here. But will the Australian side look to match the aggression and increase that like they have done in these similar situations before in this game?
So tap taken again by England. There's the 17, Lewis Smith. Good to see him on the ball and on the field, 10 metres out from the line. Lister linking with Cranswick, tries to look out to the right hand side. No one seems to be ready for it. Decided to take the hit, 12 metres away from the line. Is it building here for England? Another run comes in there by McDonald. McDonald inside that 10-metre mark. Hindle running, but the ball bypasses him. Verity gets it out amongst the back line. Now it's all the way out to the centre on this left-hand side, which
early
is Kurt
ball
Bright.
There to the centre as they've missed out the fullback coming around the back.
Lister at dummy half, he'll feed it into the middle. Low pass, it was really well picked up, to be honest, by Smith. Still 5 metres away from the posts. 5 metres away from the line. Kick comes in from Cranswick. That's a nice kick, but it's been picked up and they're down the ground. I think that lad's got pace, and it is pace in possession. Look at him go.
He's
amazing
gone.
run.
Oh, an ankle tap there, but he was gone. He really had shifted into 5th gear then and set off, but an arm out there from the England boys managed to slow him and stop him on the 30 there.
Here's Weaver. Ships it out to Lack. Lack keeps it moving. Oh, the space is all over the place here. And it's flicked out. Was that a knock on? No, it goes backwards.
Backwards there, the referee says.
Run comes in there from Donovan. 12 metres out from the line. He plays it to Lack. Gets it in field. That's the big number 20 Brazel, who's had a good game since he's been on the field. He's within 5 of the try line. Plays that ball now. Bryant skims it into the middle. Lack out to Weaver. Steps 1, steps 2. 10 metres out from the try line. He'll look at playing this ball now with Cullen moving into dummy half. He puts it wide. Inside ball for Porter. Porter stepping. Porter's through. Hat-trick score for him.
Yeah, really well deserved hat-trick, but I think they are pulling it back for a forward pass. They have.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's not quite got the hat-trick just yet. The touchline there, sticking out the flag and alerting the referee of that forward pass.
They can't believe it, those Aussie boys. They can't believe that was been pulled back.
Not quite. A bit of relief there for the England Lions as there's a player down with the physio on the field. But yeah, massive relief there and a bit of deflation for the Australian side. But I'm sure, as we've seen all game, they'll match it with aggression and look to force the error again.
It's a lovely build-up play, by the way. Cullen found himself in an unusual position at dummy half. And still nothing changed. Ooh. It's close. That's close. That's a close pass.
Yeah, it certainly does look forward on the replay. So well spotted there over on the top, on the far side by the touchline, doing a grand job. Just a slight break in play here as he looks to be suffering from cramp. They're, like we say, they're still amateur at this age and at this level, and the energy levels have been shown throughout this game, and they really have put their hard work in, although they are 50-0 down.
And to be fair, it's been a long old season, hasn't it?
It certainly has, with the cold biting in now and the delay to kick off. It's got slightly colder than it may have been had we kicked off on time, and the muscles there really seizing up as the physio signals that he might have to come off here.
Because I'm just thinking, a lot of these lads will have started the pre-season training about this time last year, won't they?
Yeah, they'll certainly well have been. The first couple of weeks into pre-season about 12 months ago, no rest for the bodies as well as a full season.
I think it's Gibson as well who's down on that side. He's been amongst England Lions most impressive players
certainly
as well,
is in pain there. Look, trying to stretch it out and trying to stay on the field. A really good attitude, but as the sub comes on, number 21,
Alex Pollard to take his spot. In fact, he's going to have to get back off for a second because or shuffle on around the back. Because he was at risk of interfering with play then, wasn't
the
he?
player gone down there with cramp has been ushered off the field at the back of play as number 21 makes his way onto the field.
Oh, no way forward there for Cranswick. 5 metres away from his own line. He's tried really hard as the half-back.
Yeah, the attitude again from England Community Lions really are trying to go forward and play on the front foot there. He's fighting to find his front and fall on all fours and get a quick play of the ball, but not quite managing to do it, even though they are 50-0 down and this game's gone now. They're not going to win this one, but the attitude really has been impressive as the kick comes out from dummy half and manages to find the ground just on the halfway line.
Oh, even that doesn't go England's way, though. It trickles into the half. They picked it up and he's gone down that side. This is Mansfield again. Still going Mansfield. They're wrestling with him.
Oh, certainly managing to find a gap there, but the Community Lions covering well and
well,
like I say, showing a good attitude and good energy as he may just be an injury there on the floor.
Yeah, Mansfield caught. All ends up eventually when the defence got to him.
Yeah, like I say, working hard to cover that gap and to shut down this Australian side, even though the game's gone, like we say.
Midway through this second half, it's been an improved effort by England in this second half, but you've got to really commend this New South Wales side as well, haven't you?
Yeah, like we say, the energy from the England Community Lions side really has been, you can't question it, you can't doubt the energy and the enthusiasm that they've played with despite the score. It really has just been the skill level and the pace that this Australian schoolboys have got. Some of those clubs and schools down under really benefiting, and they should be really proud of these boys and what they've done here today on this tour.
Got to say as well, well played to Luke Rowe. He was the guy that put the tackle in on that side, and he's now towering over his Australian counterpart.
Yeah, certainly is, trying to get any advantage he can.
Here's Weaver. We know what advantage he's got. Great ball. Got took out of it after the ball was played as well.
Yeah,
straight back up.
Yeah, the aggression there, which is again really good. A couple of shots trying to go in and make the difference with this aggression from the England Community Lions. They just need to be affected in the right way and really show maturely with the proper tackles.
Just 2 metres out from the line. Bryant looking to spread the play. Lack out to Porter. Porter feeding it. Oh, it's been spilled.
I think that is what we call the commentator's curse there. I've just been commending the skill level, and as the ball goes down, not 30 seconds later, but still a bit of a let off from England Community Lions as they got the scrum on their 10-metre line. And can they show some energy and enthusiasm to go forward?
I'm glad it's not just me, George, who comes up with commentary curses.
Happens to the best of us.
So, some much needed possession coming out here for England. Verity will try and inspire, feeding the scrum.
Yeah, he certainly will, as we see the Australian 18 side walking around the back as they finish their warm-up. We'll be looking at the skill levels and the pace and tempo of this game, and really looking forward to their match-up straight on after this one.
There's some big guys in that setup as well, isn't there?
There certainly is.
Well, just looking at them, they're appreciating their efforts of their Under-16 side.
They are. Those schools and clubs down under really feeding them their chicken and rice and really getting them up to stature for this game.
England winning a penalty though. Well played there by Alex Pollard, getting that one out to the referee.
Good touch finder there, yeah, really good
touch finder. A full 40-metre kick downfield, that wasn't it?
Certainly was, and it's a good setup there for England as the forwards look to set the platform there.
Lister will tap, Rowe will run in, tries to hand off. I think he'll think better of that one.
Manages to bounce the first one, but the second wave of defenders come through, and I think 3 of them put him on his back there.
Here's Chutakunya upfield, gains 5 metres, hard fought.
Yeah, Chutakunya there supporting on the first play, managing to get the ball on the second play as he keeps his shape.
They want to show across his best performance as England tries something at the back. Here's Bruins, bit of space in front of him, but it's soon closed, and some really solid tackling there from Reef Somerville.
Bruins, one of the bright sparks in this England side. The fullback really putting the effort in this game.
Nice stepping run forward. Made some real good meters there. It looked like a bit of a headshot, that, to be fair.
It did on the ground. There's nothing said by the referees or the match officials.
Verity out left to Max Kirkbright, but he hasn't had enough clean ball to be able to cause that many problems.
He hasn't, no, there. They've no early ball for him to show his footwork and his pace down this left edge.
Verity completes the set. It's picked up by the back by Porter. He'll start the counter-attack. He'll shuffle off left, but meets the defence there of Rowe. Chitakunya also involved. They'll start this attack 35 metres from their own line. Will the New South Wales countryside still up in this one by 50 points to 0. Hope you're enjoying the coverage tonight. You've only got to marvel at some of these skill levels, he says, as they come up with an error, but have been awarded a penalty. I've been saved.
The yellow card there shown to one of the England boys. Maybe a bit of dissent and the aggression. Is it number 11 that's coming off? No, I don't think it is. Straight away shown from the referee, and the calling the captain to have a word here. I think that is for dissent there as we wait on this replay coming up for us.
Well, it's the number 14 who's been simmoned, Brett McDonald. He's been very committed as he's been out there as McDonald.
He certainly has, and he's tried to put himself about and make the difference.
So tap taken, forward run New South Wales country, make a good 12 metres there. Quick play the ball. Oh, another penalty goes the way of New South Wales country.
Yeah, the replay just shows that number 14 shoots up. He manages to shut down the play and get to his Australian number, who doesn't quite get the ball as he shuts it down, and he's straight to the ref having a word in his ear. And of course we don't do that in rugby league, and off he goes, sit down for 5 minutes.
So tap taken, Bryant trying to inspire again. Forward come New South Wales country. Remember, these boys, under 16 level, that looked like a dodgy play, the ball, there was one, but Weaver's inspired it wide. Still they're going here, New South Wales country. Good run coming in from Matthew Noakes. 15 metres out from the line. Ball coming field. Wow, big charge forward there by Jackson Gersbach. Gersbach inside the 10. Skimming into the middle. Cullen feeds it out to Weaver. Weaver throws a dummy. Oh, he's opened up in front of Weaver. He's deserved that. He has been phenomenal.
He certainly has there. Great skill level. It would have been so easy there. They had the numbers out. And the overcompensating England Lions there have overshot. And off he goes and dives over for a well-deserved 4 points there. And as he said just a minute ago, these are still under 16s. It's good to get the reminder there that the level of skill being shown today by both sides, not just this Australian side, even though they have got the scoreline, is immense, really.
54 points to nil. We were having a bit of a discussion at half-time, and we were so impressed with this young number 7 for New South Wales country. He's got a massive future in front of him, hasn't he?
He certainly has. He's shown the difference being today, like we say, in the spine, putting the ball about, deciding where it goes, who gets it, and just that dummy there shows his own skill level of when the ball's in hand, a dummy out to the left, and just to the left of the sticks he dives over and slides in for 4 points.
I think you came up with a good word there. It was overcommitment, wasn't it? And he waited for the player to edge forward and knew that he could beat him on the inside.
It was, yeah. It was said at half-time that the good players make the game look easy, and he certainly does that. The composure and the skill level shown is just far and above his age.
So Weaver looking to make it 56 points to nil. He's had a profitable night with the boot as well. Slots over his 8th conversion, and he does make it
Number
56
7, Thomas Weaver
points to nil.
converts his own try. Score is now New South Wales country 56, England the Community Lions 0.
A 20-point contribution. We were just adding up fingers and toes then, weren't we?
We certainly were, yeah.
We were doing the old combination.
Like you're saying, an immense contribution there from Weaver in the halves. 20 points by any half in any game is really valuable, and he has been the architect for the points today.
Oh, that was all. Maybe I was just imagining it. Has there been awarded a penalty? Noakes winning that penalty. They've really upped the intensity level this second half of England. Just haven't had too much joy off the back of it, unfortunately. So Weaver kicking this ball out, finding another good touch.
Certainly finding the touch a bit easier this side that time, as the crowd seems to get bigger for this under-18s game that follows.
Good run forward by Somerville. Got to say, he's got the best name on this team sheet, Reef Somerville.
Certainly is. It's not one that you hear often.
But we'll be talking about Weaver, I think, long into the night.
I think we will, yeah. We've already mentioned his contribution, and his skill level has been really, really good today.
Bryant wide pass out to Weaver. Oh, see, there you go.
There you go, another one.
Another one for the...
Is that 3 or 4 commentators' curses today, but it doesn't take anything off his game today.
Maybe I'm now expecting too much of him.
No, I never expect too much of a half-back.
We are approaching the closing stages of this game. 56 points to nil in favour of New South Wales country. Can England get some field position? Stepping up forward by Bruins. He'll play the ball to Lister. Scoops it left. Run comes in from Salkeld. Just about held up.
Again, this Australian side really slowing the play. The crowd getting on the referee's back, and as they're all stood in front of him.
Oh, Lister's knocked on. A few words have been said. They're also
a bit of a push and shove as the frustration comes to a head here. All the players coming together, and I think it is just pushing and shoving.
So 56 points to nil. A little bit of a job here for our match officials to do.
Yep, certainly is. They've been really good tonight, to be fair. The touch judges and the man in the middle have been really good, and some good calls as well. I think he'll just have a word with both captains here and just remind them that we are just playing a game of rugby, and let's get on with it.
The penalty has been reversed. It's gone the way of England.
Yeah, again, like I say, really good refereeing there from the match official. He's managed to reverse his decision. he's been able to do that as England find the touch there on the 30-metre line as they look to maybe get over for some points and get that nil from beside their name.
Let's see if there's some consolation coming here for England. It's out to be taken by Lister. It'll be run forward strongly there by Kirk.
Again, the aggression matched by this New South Wales countryside here.
Titikunyu has set himself for the drive. He certainly raced up at him there. Got to question whether he was onside. 15 metres away from the line. Lister. Now it's Rowe from Normanton Knights. He'll play this ball 15 metres out from the line. Ball scoops back on the inside to Bruins, who was running that inside trap, but they watched it well.
Yeah, this defence really working hard despite the score. They really do want to keep that nil next to the Community Lions name.
Oh, it's come all the way out to Bell. He steps back on the inside. He's dragged a couple of players with him. Not a bad effort there from Bell. He'll play it 5 metres from the line. Back to Verity. Verity keeps it moving. Little chip comes in. Oh, and that seemed to be snatched out of the air, that. The two Australian players having a disagreement who got it.
But, again, the skill level, they've managed to keep hold of it despite the cold and despite the attention of another teammate trying to go for the ball. They've managed to keep hold, and let's see what the Community Lions can do here and try and limit the amount of yards that the schoolboys can get forward.
Oh, that's a superb piece of play.
As they spread it left.
An absolutely superb piece of play. The support every which way but loose, and they're going to go in, but no, it's a forward pass. Well, I can't help but think they butchered that one.
Yeah, chance has gone begging for them there. It was slightly forward. It did look like it was a correct call by the match official there, but they'd found space down that left-hand side, and again the pace being the difference, and just a slight error there caused them to miss out on another try.
Well, we can't have far to go in this game. We've reached that 60-minute mark. England Community Lions east side in possession. It's going to be the turn of the West boys to see if they can accomplish much against this side. That'll be a game for the ages, I am guessing, over at Pilkington Rex.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that one.
In the meantime, this New South Wales countryside is also playing against Leeds Rhinos Under-16's on Sunday over at Headingley.
That should be a good game, and the professional environment of the Leeds Rhinos could maybe make a difference and show the skill level.
Good play from Bell. Bell bursting down the left. Takes on Porter. That's where the move stops. He's 25 metres out from the line. Bruins at dummy half. Pops it in field. Continues to be moved by Cranswick. Oh, little fumble there. I'm not convinced that when...
Yeah, the player was offside there. Even if it did come off his knee and it wasn't a knock on the teammate was stood in front of him, and that is another correct call by the match official.
So going to be kicked to touch. Almost punted Aussie rules style then.
Yeah, maybe a cross-code player there from the New South Wales team.
Tap to be taken. Somerville gets it in field. They continue to move forward in threatening manner. There's Johansson.
Yeah, the crowd continuing to build for this Under-18's game that follows us here.
It's a pretty big crowd that's on offer at the moment, isn't it? As they turn the way forward to the 30-metre line. After a quick play of the ball, Bryant's organising. He'll take a scurry himself. Tries to beat the first player. Good defence in the middle of that field by Lewis. Still, they're inside that 20-metre line of New South Wales country. Scoop down the left. Weaver throws a dummy again. Surges on. They've let him go. Oh, he's off for the try line. He's going to be stopped though. Great tackling in the end. And they've rushed the dummy half player, but they are going to go in.
Yeah, the countryside there hungry as ever for points as they make it the 60 with the 2 to come under the field. As another push and shove occurs there, the referee calling time off. Not sure what spiked that. We'll have to wait for the replay.
But again, very positive play coming forward. And in fact, you can see Cullen buzzing around this middle. I think he was the one that ended up scoring and coming up with the 4 points.
Referee split the teams there, rightly so, as the try's been given. And we'll wait for this replay to come up. Is it the next player here?
Yeah, and it's Jack Cullen going in for his second try.
Yeah, the England number 9 really laying on a player, and the Australian schoolboys coming in for a bit of a push and a shove.
I've got a changing goal kick here as well. Porter's moved forward there. Referee's having a quick chat with the 2 quickest New South Wales country players to get involved in the melee.
Yeah, towards the end of this game, still got full energy there to go in and look after their mates there as a bit of a coming together with the opposition.
So 60 points to 0, this kick to come. Porter scored 2 tries as well. Can he add his first conversion of the evening? He does. The flags are raised. It's 62 points to 0.
Tries converted by number 1, Bray Porter. Score stands at New South Wales Country 62, England Community Lions 0.
Back to the halfway line for England. Where's this ball going? It's low and it's short, and Somerville will cut it off. Does really well there, Somerville. They really put pressure on him. The New South Wales will start this attack inside their own 30-metre line.
Really positive play still from the Community Lions, not letting their heads go down and still looking to get the ball back and play with the ball and go forward.
Just like that lad is doing as well. Goes back. Plays it to Bryant. Bryant kicks forward out of dummy half. It's a long one. There's a real chase on down this side.
From this winger on the right-hand side.
Donovan really putting pressures. Pressure there on Bruins, but he does well, does Bruins. Running from his wing position by Bell. And that is all that we've got time for. 62 points to 0. It's been pretty comprehensive when all said and done, but I think there's a few positives there for the Lions to build on.
Yeah, really good positives for the Lions, even though they haven't managed to score in this game. Their attitude and their enthusiasm throughout, from start to finish, they never let their heads drop, and they've played for each other today and looked after each other as well.
So we've seen 2 tries from Cullen, 1 each from Somerville, Mansfield and Kenny. We've also seen Weaver come up with a real great display at halfback.
We've mentioned his name a lot throughout this game, and he really has. The skill level has just been immense from him, and he's really showed what he can do today.
George, it's been great to work alongside you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
You've done great on your commentary debut.
Thank you very much.
So we leave the scene for this one, 62 points to 0, and we'll see what the England Community Lions under-18 side will be able to do against their New South Wales country rivals in just a few minutes' time. Don't go anywhere here in our league.
Number 2, Noah Ryan. Number 3, Benjamin Lovett. Number 4, Mackenzie Atkins. Number 5, Lincoln Bradley. Number 6, Tyrone Roberts. Number 7, Riley Blackhall. Number 8, Liam Henry. Number 9, Campbell Woolnough. Number 10, Kane Smith.